So what I did to create the Netscaler, first I created virtual entry like a DNS entry for the storefront load balancer and then for gateway. So you can see storefront. This is the load balancer VIP virtual IP for virtual server IP address for the storefront load balancer. So I kept IP60 and one more also for gateway. We need to create one entry. So that IP address. Okay, this is gateway virtual IP. Sorry, virtual host name and virtual IP. This is for the storefront. So we need to create two entry in the DNS when you are going to configure Netscaler. So after that, what I did, I just created uh, server, two server. One is storefront one 18 IP and then storefront two 12 IP. And then I created service group. I added the two server under the server group, service group. You can check here. You can see member two. So these two storefront server is part of this service group. And then we need to create a virtual server. Under this virtual server only, we need to keep that storefront IP address. This is the storefront load balancer. If you click, you can see that details and then that service group which is part of this load balancer. And then I uploaded a certificate for this SSL communication. That's it. So you can see what is the load balancing algorithm we are using. Least connection. Least connection in the sense, for example, you have two storefront server. One server is having 5 connection, one more server is having 1 connection. If someone is trying to log into the gateway, the connection will go to the server which is having one session. So that is called a least connection. Round robin means so one by one it won't consider the session load count. Simply it will give like first connection go to server one, second connection go to server two, third connection go to server three. So like that it will go. And then after creating the load balancer, what I did, I just created the gateway. So if I edit, you can see the complete information here. So first in the first top section, what we need to mention, the gateway IP address which we created in the DNS entry, right? So this is gateway and then IP address. So just I added so port number and then I added the certificate. So that certificate is going to expire on still we have validity 728 days. And then what I did, I added the storefront load balancer URL. You can see, right? Storefront.citrixgsr.com. So current status of storefront is up. So this is a store name. Okay. So store name is nothing but you know, right? What is store name? Go to storefront. I will show you. So and then you can see the STA. STA is nothing but your delivery controller. We have two delivery controller, CTX DC1, CTX DC2, both are up and running fine. Again, for the authentication purpose, we are using this is called LDAP server. So LDAP server is nothing but your domain controller. Okay. So this is the basic configuration needed to set up the Citrix gateway. But this is like integration tool kind of things. There is lot of policies are required uh, to host the gateway in Netscaler. So since you are going with a direct integration with Netscaler product, so by default backend there is so many policy will be created. So that and all, even I don't have much idea on that part. So you can see, right, Netscaler session policy. So this kind of policy will be created automatically. If you don't want to integrate your product here directly, you what you can do under Netscaler gateway, you can create manually. So you can create policy based on your requirement. This one automatically created when I integrated my Citrix product into this section. So these entries will be created automatically. If I edit, so it will show the complete details. So what are the settings has been added to this virtual server? So primary authentication LDAP policy, there is no SML IDP policy. So this is TCP policy, HTTP profile policy. So this is like here you can see, right, session policy, cache policy, response policy. This will be created automatically. If you don't want to use this automatic policy, then you should not go here. You need to come here, you need to manually create, like add, and then you need to add the address. Everything you need to manually configure. So this is different. So you can create in two way by doing all the policy manually based on your requirement. So this will take much time because you should be a expert. Then only you can able to create the policy without any mistake. This is for other network related things only, they will go here, but generally whoever using Netscaler for only Citrix perspective, only to create a gateway, they will go with this option because this is predefined policy things. So based on our Citrix environment, this is more than enough the settings which they configured already. But if you need too much customization on your Netscaler policy, then you need to create from here. So this is clear. So generally, people will go with this option only. So what we did, I showed right. Just we created the load balancer for sorry, storefront, and then by using this load balancer, we integrated in the ZenApp and ZenDesktop section to create the gateway. So now let me access one time, and then I will power up this Netscaler. We'll start from the beginning, like creating the load balancer like that. Okay, it's launched. Just go to director. I think when is our license is going to expire? Okay, still we have 2 days. Okay, after that we need to build a new delivery controller. So again, we need to discuss something in the director also. I need to tell you a lot of things. Okay. So here also you can see. Okay, so right now you are connected via gateway. Okay, so if you connected via storefront, it will show different way. But right now you are using what is the how you are connecting your environment. So it's showing gateway. So let me connect as one more user. Okay, then we'll see the different. I will create one account now.
Where do we get this session topology?
I will show you again.
Okay.
See, first you need to search by user ID. Okay, so right now Kumar user connected to the desktop. So you can see right. So once you see this option, view details. Okay, under that you can see the lot of things. So you can see view trend. Okay, you just click view trend. Click on that, you will get the complete details. So what is the endpoint user using to connect the Citrix application? So what is the machine he connected, that IP address, particular VDA? So what is the display icon that the user launched India US desktop icon? That icon is coming from this particular machine MCS server 2. Okay, so how you end user connected from endpoint to gateway. Okay.
We'll get this option in earlier version also.
Like if we have
I
2402, you will get it.
Okay. I don't see this option in the director.
Then what is your direct version?
It's 2203 or something.
I think it won't be there because it's a recent upgrade, like I could say after 2402, because since we are having a 2402,
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
so it might be 2311, I guess. I'm not sure exactly because long back I did. I don't remember exactly, but let me show you the difference. So what I will do. So right now I connected from storefront, right? Let me try to open one more tab. I will use that storefront incognito mode so that it won't get disturbed. So this is storefront URL, right? So I launched one desktop by using gateway URL. Okay, now I'm going to launch a desktop from storefront URL. We'll see the different. See, these kind of option and all you need to explore more by checking all the things. Okay. Also, you need to keep checking the Citrix article, which is released every month, so that you will see that like whenever Citrix is releasing the new product, you need to check the product document. There you will see. So what is the issue they have fixed in the current release? So what kind of additional features they have added in the current release, so that you will get the complete overview about the components. So otherwise, you will not come to know. So what kind of new features they have been added in the current release. So you need to keep reading those documents. Also, that's why I told you we need to do this kind of lab practice like every 4 month or 5 month one, so that you will see mm, the changes what they made in the new release. If you're not doing, see, as a Citrix administrator, if you want to be in Citrix technology, then you need to do this kind of lab. Then only you should not depend on others. So whenever you are having any doubt, you just download ISO, then do the setup, you will learn anything, all the things. So that you will do everything is confident. So now you can see, right, when you are connecting via gateway, that time only it's showing. Otherwise, it's the internal means the direct. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So storefront means it won't come direct, sorry, gateway option here, since Sivakumar user connected by using um, storefront URL. So it won't show gateway, but if I search by Kumar user, it will show gateway. So like that also you can identify whether user using gateway or else your on-prem storefront. Now you can see the different, right? So again, and just go to overview. You can see by using which storefront user connected. You can see, right? So launch wire right now, storefront one as a entry point for a Kumar user who is connected via uh, gateway. Now I told you right now we are having least connection. So right now already SF1 is serving connection to the Kumar user. Now, if I use Gateway to launch one more session for Sivakumar, it will go with SF2. Let me show you that as well. So I will log off from here. I will use Gateway. So now go to director. There is lot of things are there. I can explain in the director Saturday, Sunday class. So when we are going to complete this session, so troubleshooting and then what are the things are there, what we can check, those kind of things I will tell you. Mention to SF1. Let me check Kumar. Kumar session closed. Huh? It's not going. SF2 is active only, right? So I will show you how to disable like a storefront 1 or storefront 2 from the load balancer. Okay. Suppose if you want to do any activity like upgrade something like that in storefront 1, so you should remove the storefront 1 from the load balancing. Okay. Just go to traffic management. So load balancing service group, right? Just open the service group, manage members. Right click, you can see right SF1. Just disable SF1. If you go to virtual server, you can see partially up. So you can see right 50% health, one up, one down. Now if I try to launch again, my session will not go to storefront one. Okay, let me launch it again. So you are getting anything? You are getting right? So how to
So
disable the
what
storefront
about
from the load balancer on
so
server?
what about the users who are connected to the
No,
storefront one?
there is no issue. There is no issue.
Okay.
So now you can
The
see
new
next.
users will not be able to connect it to the storefront one because it is disabled.
Only the SF1 will not accept the user connection. So that's why it's
Mhm.
showing here like one up, one down, partially up. So you can see
So,
SF1 is out of service, SF2 is up. So now whoever is connecting to storefront, sorry, gateway, they will connect to storefront 2. I will tell you one more thing. If again I disconnect, sorry, disable that SF2, what will happen? Like both the service in out of service. So what is impact like that? I will show you, and then I will power up this NetScaler. Will configure NetScaler. Any issue storefront 2? No, it's taking much time. Let me log off all the existing session. Okay, now go to director. Kumar only launched, right? Yes. So you can see, right? It's went to storefront 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So connected via means, so what is the entry point? This is a netscaler. Okay, this is netscaler IP address. So connected via netscaler, but it's launched via means who provided the ICF file. So always that storefront only will give the ICF file, not netscaler. Okay, so that's why it's showing you connected via netscaler, but who provided the ICF file? It's a storefront. So clear? Now what I am going to do again, I am going to disable one more server. Now you will see what is the impact. Go to service group, edit, disable this also. So now we both disabled. So now it's a completely out of service. Okay. Now I will log off from this VDI, or else I disconnect. Okay. So let me refresh the console. Log off and then log in. Close and open it. Okay, I'm logging in. So you got it right? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So both the storefront are in disable mode. That's why Netscaler unable to process your request. If the Netscaler, sorry, storefront is up and running fine, then only your authentication will be passed to storefront. But since we disable it, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to just enable one of the storefront, and then you will see.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Hmm,
See, sometimes we will do the DR activities, no, sir, from production to DR.
hmm.
This way only we will move to production to DR. They were disabling the storefront, sir. I don't know.
No. That is depends on the environment setup how you did. For example, they might have separate storefront for DR and then separate Netscaler for DR and separate Citrix environment separately. That is depends on the DR designing. So also for DR means like one more way also we can do. We can have two Netscaler, one Netscaler in one site, other Netscaler in like a data center. So we have to, I will explain you now. So now we are able to log in, right? Because one Netscape, sorry, storefront I enable now is showing partially up. Okay, so what I will do, I will stop this one, I will reshare the link and then we'll continue. Also, I will explain that DR. So on basic DR, I will explain you how it will be.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. I will share the link again now. Hello everyone. So just I powered off that existing Netscaler. Okay, so this is a new Netscaler. I just installed already, but I yet to configure. So I'm going to configure in front of you. So before that, what I need to do, I need to remove some setting which I added already in the storefront. So just I need to go to store. So manage Netscaler. So remove Netscaler. Okay. So I just remove the Netscaler. Manage authentication. Here also I need to uncheck for the store. Right now we are not using Netscaler for our store. So you want me to create the certificate from the beginning or else not required? Or we can use the existing certificate. Can someone confirm so that otherwise I need to create a certificate again?
Yeah, sir, we'll start from beginning. So a little bit confusion is there.
Okay, you want a new certificate to be created. Okay, that's fine. What I will do. Okay, so nothing is there. So what we need to do now, we are going to configure Netscaler for our environment. So first what I will do, let me show you the IP details. What are the IP we are going to set? To create a storefront load balancer, we need to have one virtual server. Okay, so that is called storefront. The name storefront.citrixgsr.com, and then IP address 192.168.60. This is one thing. And then for Netscaler, we need NSIP, so 192.168.40. Okay, and then subnet IP. Netscaler, we need to set a 3 IP. So 192.168.41. Then third one, gateway IP. So for this one, we need to create entry, DNS entry, gateway dot citrixgsr.com. So this IP address. So this is clear, right? Why we need to create three IP for Netscaler and one IP and FQDN name for storefront load balancer. Any doubt on this? Confirm me so that I can move.
Yeah,
So clear, right?
yes.
Okay, so I don't want to recreate the entry. Why? Because it's not updating properly. If I delete and recreate, I don't know whether it will work. So I'm not going to delete the entries, only entries. So Netscaler I completely shut down the existing one. So I'm not going to remove this entry because there is some issue with the sync. That's why yesterday we are unable to complete it. So as I told you, we need two entries to be created. One for gateway. So I created gateway, that IP address 45 you can see. So what is the full FQDN? Gateway.citrixgsr.com. That IP address is 45. So this is clear, right? So and then we need to create one more entry for storefront load balancer. So where I created storefront, so here entry is there. So storefront.citrixgsr.com, that IP address 60. So where I need to update this address, I need to update the address in two places. One in storefront. So already we changed that URL as a base URL in the storefront. If you go to a base URL, you can see that storefront.citrixgsr.com. If you want to use storefront for load balanced URL, you need to use this FQDN here under the base URL. That's why we updated here. Storefront.citrixgsr.com. So once we created the entry, you need to add this address here so that the storefront will use storefront.citrixgsr.com as a load balanced virtual server. So now only you added the entry, but you need to create some mechanism that is called load balancer by using some algorithm. You need to choose any one of the tool like Juniper, FBuy, Kemp Load Balancer. There is lot of load balancer are available, but since we are going to use Citrix Gateway, so you have option to create the load balancer in Netscaler itself. So till now clear, right?
Yes.
So, okay, to make the communication with the secure channel, you need to create SSL certificate. Okay. So obviously for gateway, you should create SSL certificate, but for gateway, you should not use internal CA certificate. It should be registered in the public DNS with FQDN and IP address. You need to get a certificate from this is always should be the public certificate. Okay. Public DNS entry you need to make, and then public certificate you need to get. Why anyone can guess why we need to use public DNS and the public certificate?
User is connecting from outside.
Correct. Because uh, user is connecting from the internet, right? So always which are the URL you are putting on the browser, it will go with the public DNS. So it won't reach any private DNS. Private DNS is secure one. So when you can use a private DNS entry and then private certificate, which means internal CS certificate for internal server communications. Here DDC, storefront, these are internal servers. So for the communication, we can use internal CA. But since it's a test environment, that's why we are using internal CA certificate to the gateway as well. If you really want to test with the public, then you can register this DNS entry in the public and then get one IP address. When you are going to configure Netscaler, you need to purchase one public IP by binding that particular public IP with your FQDN. You need to register this entry in the public DNS. Clear? Because you are going to hit this URL from the internet. So that routing need to go to the public DNS, not with your private DNS. You are getting?
Yes.
Okay. So now coming to certificate, so I am going to create only one certificate. In that certificate, I am going to add storefront virtual load balancer name and then individual storefront name and then gateway name. But if you want, you can create two separate certificate. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to do everything in the single certificate itself. So our intention, wherever you are going to bind the certificate, that computer account should be added in the particular SSL certificate SIN, so that it will consider the certificate is applicable to that particular device also. So this is clear, right? Why we are adding multiple computer account like DNS entry in the same certificate. We are going to use the same certificate into all the device. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, okay, before that, let me create the, sorry, configure the Netscaler and then we'll move to, okay, internally I will configure and then we'll move to certificate creation. It will take time. So what is the IP address we set for Netscaler? 40, right? Oh, we did not set the IP address yet. Let me go to workstation. So just set the IP address 192.168. Hey, if any doubt, ask him, man. I will explain you again. This is very simple for basic understanding Netscaler. So 254. Very simple, right?
Yeah, we are understanding.
Understand it. Very simple. Two things you are going to do. One for a storefront load balancer, other one for just gateway. You need to understand under the load balancer what are the things you are going to add. First, we need to add the storefront in the server tab, and then to we need to create a service group. Under that service group, we are going to add that to server. Once we create the service group, then we are going to create a load balancer, that is a virtual server. Virtual server is nothing but which is going to act as a load balanced server for the storefront. Once we created the load balancer, by using that load balancer, we are going to create gateway. So gateway is needed one IP address and then FQDN. So you need to add the storefront details and then delivery controller details and then your LDAP. LDAP is nothing but your domain controller details to authenticate the end user credential. So anything you want to discuss, Sheikh?
Nothing, nothing.
Okay. So now it's popping out for the login. So by default, the username password should be nsroot. Uh, hmm. Ramalakshmi, you can do Netscaler practice, so it won't require the more space. If you configured without any issue for the certificate, then you can configure Netscaler also. At least you can learn something in Netscaler. Just please focus on this so that you can do this practice. So MCS PVS you can't do in your lab. So at least you can try with Netscaler. So you will have some idea. Suppose in interview if you explain to them, so they will get impressed because
Okay, sir.
as a L1 level, something you know how to check something on the Netscaler like certificate renewal part, and then what is the status of the load balancer, whether the storefront server is up and running fine. So if you tell to them some basic things, they might impress. Why? Because most of the people they don't know about Netscaler. Even
Okay, sir.
how I struggled. I watched so many videos and then I asked the people, I'm not getting clear. Almost I tried this one by looking out so many article videos. After 1.5 year only, I successfully configured this Netscaler. This is very, very
Okay.
tough when you don't know anything about, but once someone has guided you how it will be, then it's very, very simple, only
Yes.
basic things. There is lot of policies are available in behind, but I'm not going to talk about that one. But as a Citrix administrator, the basic thing you should know, that will be very easy for everyone to learn it. At least if you do one lab, it will be, you should not forget anything. The simple concept, load balancer, service group, server, then gateway, what to check in the gateway, that's it. So
Okay, sir.
now, what is our subnet IP? We mentioned here 41. So just add the 41 here and then done. So you need to keep this server host name, then our DNS. So this is our domain controller IP address. I will tell you one more thing, Sheikh. I forgot to add you for if right now I am accessing this Netscaler via IP address only, right? Suppose if I want to use host name, like for example NS. Now I am keeping ns1.citrixgsr.com. I put this will go to Netscaler. So for that, what I need to do, I need to make one DNS entry. So NS1, put the IP address. What is the IP address we set? What is the IP address for Netscaler?
40.
Yes. So
Yeah,
next
that's
time, if I use ns1.citrixgsr.com, it will reach to Netscaler. So let me show you after configuring this one. So just set the time. So NTP server always it should be our domain controller in most of the environment. So we can just reboot. So till now clear, right? No doubt. So now let it reboot. Now our next things we need to create the certificate, right? Just open the cert utility tool. Check if you are able to do the lab, at least do with one server for controller, storefront role, and then director role, and then Netscaler you can practice.
Yeah, earlier I was created the lab, like I created the delivery controllers and storefront.
Hmm.
I was trying to configure the MCS, but it was not supporting due to the less resources in my
Yeah, but
laptop.
Netscaler you can practice, man.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
See, I will give the source file where you no need to have the license. If I go with other source, then it's very difficult. Luckily, I got this source when I downloaded. I don't know whether there's any bug from the Citrix or not. I don't know because
Okay.
usually without license we can't work out. Even I last 1.5 year I am looking for the certificate, the license file. I asked so many people, but no one is willing to share. Whoever is getting training from Citrix official lab, they might have this license file inside that server, but no one is ready. But luckily, after multiple downloads, multiple article reading, I found this one exe. So in this particular version only, I can able to do gateway. That's why yesterday I installed a couple of times, right?
Yes.
Mm, I will delete this certificate.
So you mean to say that without this MCS and PVS, we can try with this gateway?
Huh? Anyway, you see, that's what I told you, right? If you have 16 GB in one server, make it 1.5 GB, you can create only domain controller role. In one more server, you can give 5 GB. You can install all the role like a VDA role, storefront role, director role, controller role. You just use
Mhm.
it one server. In one more server, you can create NetScaler. That's it. You are just going to test the connectivity.
Okay.
That you can do. That's what I told now to Ramalakshmi, right? She already configured in
One delivery controller.
yeah.
One delivery controller, in that itself, we can configure the storefront as well, right, in the studio.
Correct. Exact director, everything.
Okay. What about the VDA? I mean, VDA, we need to install
Same server you can
one
install.
more. Uh,
So Netscaler, we need to create one more server, or
That
say
no, one more server. That I will show you how to create it. See, it won't ask you more than 2 GB.
oh,
Okay, what happened to my system? It's got stuck. Okay, reconnect. What happened to my system? Array, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, so create CSR. Not sure when something is messy. I'm unable to control. Let me stop my sharing. You guys can hear me, right?
yeah, we can hear you.
But okay, now it's back. So I will keep some names Citrix uh, infra.
You didn't share your screen.
Okay, it stopped. Now you can see, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Citrix infra set. Not sure, it's lagging for me. CTX XF1. Okay, this copy. Just add one more entry. XF2. Then copy this.
Storefront and gateway.
Yeah. Oh, I'm unable to control my system. Okay, now I'm putting here. Then our gateway. Okay, gateway dot citrixds.com. Okay, if you make any mistake here, it won't work out. So you need to be careful before creating the CSR record. Just check the DNS entry ctxsf1 hyphen ctxsf2 storefront and then gateway. Okay, generate.
What is that key size? It is auto-generated or what?
2408. Yes. If you
Yeah.
want, you can change it. So now just go to the mm, request a certificate from internal CS server. Just put this one web server download certificate. Go to here, make it like info certificate. Just copy this one. We need to convert now into like a VFX format. Okay, just import the certificate here. So now you can view certificate details. You can see. So go to details. You can see the SIN, CTX, SF1, SF2, storefront gateway. Now okay. So you can test whether it's correct or not. Okay, everything is fine. Now you can export say a PFX format. Okay, so just keep the password. So keep it in the desktop item. Okay, now our certificate is ready. Just copy the PFX format. Go to storefront. First, we will bind in storefront. Okay, just bind it here. The password which you kept while exporting the certificate into VFX format. So now it's installed. Go to IAS. Edit. So now you can see Citrix Infra certificate, new certificate. Just select, restart the IAS server. Just go to storefront 2. So this is clear, right? There is no confusion on this, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Mm. So now select the certificate. It's in be installed or not?
No, we have not installed in this.
Okay, now we can see close, restart. So now we binded the certificate in only storefront. Now try to access your Netscaler ns1 hyphen it is gsr.com. So now it's going right
Yes.
with FTP. If you not if you not created a DNS, then you should use always the IP address. So now you just enable this feature gateway and then go to traffic management, enable load balancing feature also, and then SSL also you need to enable. So three component you should enable: load balancing, SSL, and then Netscaler gateway. Now go to server. So the first thing we need to add our storefront. So first SF1. So SF1 IP address is 192.168.1.89 and then create. So we created a storefront entry for SF1. The one more SF2. SF2 IP address is 12. So now we created two entry for storefront 1 and then 2. We are going to add these two server into one group. So that is called the service group. So just keep any name, but just keep the name logical wise. ஹலோ, இப்போ நான் அந்த இதில் இருக்க நான் முடிச்சு கூப்பிட்டுமா? ஆமாம் ஆமாம் ஆமாம். சரி சரி பரவாயில்ல, வேறு எதாவது ஜாயின் பண்ணேன், இல்லைனா நான் ரெக்கார்டிங் போகிறேன். இல்லை இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நேரம் ஆகும். ஆஹா ஆஹா. So that internal communication should be happen via SSL. That's why we are selecting here SSL. So just click OK. Now you need to add the two server here. Just add this two server. So what is the port number for internal server communication? We are going to use 443 with a secure channel. Now click OK. Also, you want to see why we need to create service group. If anything particularly you want to monitor for this server to notify before going this server down. So monitor which service, like a protocol you need to monitor, you need to add here. So generally people will use TCP, transmission control protocol. If there is any communication issue between two storefronts, so select the monitor TCP. So based on that load balancer service group, you can select the respective protocol, the communication protocol. If it is a DNS related server load balancer, you need to use DNS. If it is related to like TCP, FTP, so based on that service group nature. For now, we are going to create a service group for storefront, right? So TCP, transmission control protocol, is related to storefront. Suppose if you are creating the service group for a DNS, for AD also you can create a load balancer for many things. For this one, for PVS also you can create load balancer. So for PVS it will use FTP. Okay, file transfer protocol. In some organization they'll use see, for example, you will have, if it is a PVS environment is very big one, they might have a number of PVS server. So all the PVS server you can't add in the DSCP. So instead of that, they will add the load balancer PVS address in the disk. So that's why you can see multiple monitor data here. So storefront you can go with TCP, select. So it will monitor the behavior between these two servers. So click done. So now it's showing up, right? Because yesterday there is some issue with the DNS, so this IP address not getting sync with Netscaler. That's why yesterday we are unable to complete the configuration. So now clear, right? What we did, we just created two entry and then one service group. Under the service group, we added the two server. If you want to see that server, just select the edit. You will see under the service group. You can see. So both are up and running. So just close it. Just done. Go back. Now we need to add the load balancer entry, like storefront and then IP address. Just make it, if you want, you can use full FQDN or else short form, but you should remember these things, why you added this load balancer, what is related to this load balancer. So always keep the name relevant to the load balancer. So SF means storefront and then load balancer. So keep SSL, this is SSL1. What is IP address? So 192.168.1.60. So port number for SSL communication 443. Just click. So now it will ask you which servers you are going to add under this load balancer. So just go to here. So select. So that's it. Click next. Now to make the communication with the secure channel, since we selected 443, so definitely you need to bind the certificate. If it is 80, you no need to bind the certificate, because HTTPS won't be secure communication won't be happen in the 80 port number. So that time you no need to install the certificate. But since you selected 443 as your communication with the secure channel, so that's why you need to use a certificate. Just select the server certificate. So just install. We are having that certificate on our local machine. So select the PFX file. Just mention the password which we created. 1 2 3 4 5. Then give any name like Citrix like key. So install. So now select the certificate for this load balancer. Bind. Finish. So if you want a persistent method, we need to change it. Source IP. Click. So now you can see, right, up and running.
Yes.
So now just try to hit the storefront URL by using the load balancer. First we'll check whether it's working or not. So this is individual URL. Individual URLs are loading, and then try with the common URL. Okay, now it's loading, right? So storefront.citrixgsr.com is working, but the gateway.citrixgsr.com won't reach because we had to configure the gateway, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now go to Netscaler. So now you configured everything like related to load balancer. Both the storefronts is up and running fine. If you click, you can see the service group is up and running fine. And now go to the this section. So Netscaler ADC for XenApp and XenDesktop. This is predefined configuration will be there. So you just need to add your details over there. By default, it will create the gateway for your environment. So just get started. So we need to we are going to use storefront, not web interface. Anyone know what is web interface?
In six dot
Lab
environment,
6.
the web,
The
yeah,
Earlier.
older
web interface.
legacy
Older.
access console is web interface for the username and password authentication. Okay, now click. Yeah, so it's used under 6.5 and then 5.0 environment 5x. Okay, now what is our FQDN? That is a gateway.citrixgsr.com as we discussed here. So what is the IP address for that? So 192.168.1.45. Okay, so we are going to use 443. Can we use 80 here?
443, right?
443. Can we use 80?
No, it is a gateway, right? We use the 443.
Correct. See, also just look at here basic settings. So only you need to understand what is gateway, what is server certificate, what is storefront, what is authentication. That's it. Simple. Only four-step configuration needed here. Now click continue. So now your gateway entries are created. So it's asking whether you want to use any existing certificate already you added, otherwise new certificate. If it is new certificate, you can go here. Otherwise, you can use the old one. I told you we are going to use the same certificate, correct?
If we are not using the SSL certificate, if we selected the HTTP at the time, we select this 80 port, right?
Correct, correct, exactly. So now click continue because we are using same certificate for all the things. That's why I did not install again. So I'm using the same. So you can see the expiry should be by default 729 days. So you got it. Now just enter the storefront load balancer URL and then retrieve the store. So if we have multiple store, it will list out the store. You need to select the respective store here. So right now we have only one store that is called a test web. If we have multiple store, you need to select the respective store here. Okay. So this is your active directory name. So citrixgsr.com. So here you need to mention your DDC address as a STP. Sorry, STA. So test connectivity.
So, do we need to mention the two delivery controllers in the STA?
Yeah, why? Because you can add only one also. If that server goes down, what will happen? So that your STA will not work, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For high availability, you should maintain always two, minimum two.
Okay, okay.
Here only it takes time to validate. Okay, let me click continue and then I will come back so that it will come fast. Otherwise, again we need to go. Okay, so let me edit again. So I will add one
In
more.
In production, do we have STS server or
Correct,
STS server is
correct.
configured in the delivery control
No,
itself?
no, no, no. See, it should be always delivery controller. It should be always delivery controller only STA.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you can see what we did. We added the details about installer gateway, and then we added a certificate, a second one, and then we added a storefront, and then this STA. Now coming to the last section, you can see right tick tick tick. So you complete the top three. So Netscaler details, certificate details, a storefront, and then our STA details. Now the final section, how we are going to validate the user authentication, whether you are using only domain or multi-factor, something like that you need to decide here. So our domain controller IP address is 20. So port number for the communication 389. So this is plain text. So how you are going to secure type TLS or this thing. So just go with the plain text. So I'm going to do DC. What is our domain controller name? Citrix and then comma com. So citrix.com. You need to give one service account for the initial authentication validation, whether Netscaler is communicating with your domain or not. So you need to use one separate account for that, for the authentication to test the connection between Netscaler and then your domain controller. This test connection. So now your LDAP authentication is successfully validated. So this is how you are going to accept that user name. So it SMA account by default. So just try with this option. So now click continue. So that's it. Now you successfully configured your gateway in the Netscaler. So let me stop this sharing. So it's going to end up now. I will share the new link and then we will start again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now, so you can see, right? So we configured the Netscaler. So now we need to integrate this Netscaler with our storefront. Okay. So without integrating, if you reach Netscaler, what will happen? Let's see. Let me show you that as well. So now I did not integrated our Netscaler with storefront. So if you are not integrated, what kind of behavior you will see? So you enter the username and password, but again it's asking you to enter the username and password. Right now you are in storefront page. You can see, right? Please interact with me so that
Yes, yes,
so now
yes.
right now you are in storefront. So just click log on. You can see here it's a storefront. So it won't allow you to properly log in. Okay, that's why what you need to do, but you can hit the URL, but it won't allow you to access. Okay, now what you need to do, you just go to your storefront. So this is your storefront console. Uh, manage gateway, or else you can directly select the store, then configure remote access setting. So first you need to enable the Netscaler remote access in the particular store, and then click add appliance. Okay, so here you need to mention your Netscaler details. So keep any name NS. What is your Netscaler IP address? Sorry, URL gateway Okay, https gateway.citrixgsr.com. Click next. So here only you need to mention your this one STS server, your delivery controller DC1 citrixgsr.com. If you make any mistake here, then the configuration won't work properly. It will give some problem. So DC2. So you added two delivery controller as your STA here. Click next. Next. That's it. Now click OK. So you added the Netscaler details in the primary server. So again, what we need to do?
We need to propagate the changes on
Correct.
store.
Correct. Exactly. So also you need to make sure when the store URL is someone is hitting, whether it's pass throughing the username and password via gateway. So it should be enabled. So click OK. Now propagate the changes so that it will be replicated to the other storefront. So and then we will try to log in. We'll see whether we can able to launch desktop from the gateway URL. Okay, now successfully propagated. So now go to storefront sorry, gateway URL. So log in with Kumar. So any doubt or else any clarification needed on this configuration? If yes, just ask me. We'll discuss. It should be old session. That's why it's taking time. So no one don't have any question. Sorry, questions. Let me try with Sivakumar. Hey, I'm asking you guys only, man.
Sorry. What is the question?
No, just
Got
I'm
it.
asking whether you guys are having any other question to discuss now.
Regarding this Netscaler is clear.
Correct. Generally, if you have any other question also, you can ask me. We'll discuss.
I need to refer the videos.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. Today Tuesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Whenever you get time, please refer the video or else the general thing. If you have anything in your mind, just write down your ask in any or else you put it in the WhatsApp also. We will discuss. Okay, so that everyone should aware of some concept or some things.
With this 8 GB configuration, can we do this gateway?
No, again you need a Citrix infra server, right?
Yeah, with the less resources, can we do
No, no, it's very easy. Then you need to sit whole
the
day.
whole day? Okay.
Mm.
What minimum resources need to give
16.
to
No, no. You should have 16 GB in your laptop. Then only at least I can say you can do something. Also, you should have the SSD for a hard disk. Again, it's very terrible for you.
1 TB hard disk is not enough.
No, I'm asking about SSD.
SSD, okay.
The profile management FS logic also you have to configure, sir.
You want to know FS logics?
Yes, sir.
Okay, will do.
Thank you, sir.
I thought to show you something. So this is clear, right? I can able to access.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought to show you something. Oh, 1 minute, where that option is showing. Even I long back I used Netscaler. Now we move to cloud, right? So everything we are having in cloud itself. I'm not at all touching this Netscaler console. Only for this kind of lab purpose I'm touching. See, I will show you one more things are like a cosmetic things. So right now you can see uh, this type of window, right? So I'm going to change this appearance. So how it will be, where it will be. Like go to virtual server. So select this one. Go down, 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 down. Portal theme. This is a traditional one. Okay, most people will use. If I refresh the console, it's old. The beginning, the console looks like this one only. Again, if you want to change some other
Yes.
things, what you can do, you can go here again, edit. So see, that's what if you have one lab, you can do this kind of things so that you will have some idea. Go to theme portal where it is. Just now I came right. So just edit here. So one more. So now again refresh. So this is normal one, yeah. So like that you can do, man. So this kind of cosmetic things you will do. Next one. You can add your company logo, those kind of things also you can do. You need to do some customization for that. So only all are same, only some direction is showing different. So this is clear, right? So how to configure Netscaler basic things. So let me show you some, say like how many users connected, something we can see. That is under AAA session something. Hmm. How to check? Monitor connection. Is there any option you can say monitor? On this one. Ah, sorry, man. Here only. You can see, right? So who are connected?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let me open current HDX session will be show. Let me launch on icon. Login with one more user. The second session not logged off properly. That's why it's taking time. Let me disconnect. So you can see right now active users. You can see right currently active this guy client IP and then who is a user. So you can see the detail here. One more also in reporting also you can pull you can do some reporting here. So, so how many
So
users?
it is the same like the way in directory, right?
Correct. So you can see some ICA related session, current ICA only. So how many users connected like that. So you can get the report. But you should know the things so then only you can able to uh, fetch the report from Netscaler. So SSL related certificate and then application firewall related data. So you can get it. So you can change the view. Okay, man. So that's it for now. So still, Madhu, you asked about FS Logics, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll configure that one maybe tomorrow or in. Okay, we'll do it and weekend only. Weekend only. I told you right. Again, we need to
Yes, sir.
rebuild this
Delivery
complete
control.
delivery controller one day. So anyway, PVS image we can use the same PVS image, but MCS we just ignore MCS. MCS if I want to create again, I need to recreate the machine catalog. So that also fine. We can create one machine catalog. It's not an issue. Okay, then fine. Then we can close today, right?